set up the request screens for each grade level and activated them. Let's take a look at how students and parents use the screens to enter course requests online. This is Brian Holt, a 9th grader at Apple Grove High. He's excited because registration just opened for the next school year, and he gets to request the courses he'd like to take during his 10th grade year. Although his parents could request courses on his behalf by logging into the PowerSchool parent portal, he and his mom are going to log into the PowerSchool student portal and request his courses together. To log into the PowerSchool student portal, Brian enters Apple Grove High's URL for the student and parent portals in the address field of his web browser and presses enter. The URL is the same one you use to log into PowerSchool, except students and parents don't need to type /admin at the end. On the login page, Brian enters his username and password. Then he clicks enter to log in. The first page Brian sees when he logs into the student portal is his grades and attendance page. This page is similar to the quick lookup student page on the live side of PowerSchool. It shows his current schedule, grades, and attendance totals. To enter his course requests, Brian clicks Class Registration. On the request screen, Brian can see the core courses that he is required to take next year. He knows when he sees the green check mark that the core courses have been selected already. Next, Brian can see that he must choose one English course. The red exclamation mark means that he has not yet selected a course to satisfy this requirement. To select an English course, he clicks the pencil to the right of the English requirement. A new window opens listing all of the courses Brian can choose from. Since you set this up as a single course requirement, he can only choose one course. He's currently taking English Survey and doing well, so he shouldn't select that course. And even though AP American Literature and Composition is included in the course group, he cannot select it because he has not met the prerequisites. Brian decides to request English 1. He checks the box next to the course name and clicks OK. English 1 is listed as one of his requests now. The green check mark confirms his selection. Just as Brian's about to move on to his next course request, his mom gets a phone call and leaves the room. He waits for her for a little while, but then decides he can handle it on his own. Now he needs to choose a math course. He clicks the pencil to the right of the 10th grade math requirement. Brian has not met the prerequisites for AP Calculus or Calculus, so he cannot request those courses. He thinks consumer math sounds interesting, so he checks the box next to the course name and clicks OK. Just then, Brian's mom rejoins him and sees that he chose consumer math. She tells him that he was supposed to choose geometry. To fix his mistake, Brian clicks the pencil again. When Brian checks geometry, the checkbox next to consumer math clears, since the 10th grade math requirement is a single course requirement. Then he clicks OK to save the change. Next, he follows the same procedure to select a science course. His mom encourages him to take biology, so he checks the box next to biology and clicks OK. Biology appears as one of his requests. Now, Brian needs to request the last required course, a history course. Why don't you give it a try this time? Brian has 7 course requests so far, for a total of 5.5 credit hours. He feels confident about next year and really wants to get into a good college, so he decides to request an elective to fill up his schedule. He clicks the pencil next to the 10th grade semester electives. Brian has a lot of semester-long elective courses to choose from. He can choose up to 2 electives, but he starts by choosing one. He uses the links at the bottom of the course selection window to navigate through the pages until he finds the course he wants to request, Spanish 1. He checks Spanish 1 and clicks OK. Spanish 1 appears on his list of requests, but his mom thinks it would be a good idea for him to choose an alternate elective in case Spanish 1 is not available. To add an alternate elective request, he clicks the pencil next to the Alternates for Semester Electives requirement. Remember, when you set up course requirements, you use the same course groups for both the semester electives and alternates for semester elective requirements. Therefore, Brian sees the same list of courses as he did when he chose Spanish 1. He decides to request French 1 as the alternate elective if Spanish is not available. He checks French 1 and clicks OK. Brian has 9 course requests for a total of 6 credit hours. He tells his mom that he wants to request some more courses, but she reminds him that he shouldn't overdo it because she needs him to help watch his brother and sister after school. So he clicks Submit at the bottom of the class registration page to save his requests and submit them into PowerScheduler. The class registration page refreshes. On the course requests page, he can see all the courses he just requested for the upcoming year. Notice the prerequisite notes for Health 10. Brian is currently taking Health 9. He was able to request Health 10 because the system presumes he is going to complete Health 9 with a C or better. After grades are stored for the current year, if Brian gets anything less than a C, his request for Health 10 will become invalid.
Students, please remember to hit the Submit button to complete your online registration process. Thank you.